Hi Hilal, I want to thank you for coming. The purpose of this interview is to gather information about living and studying in the Netherlands. I have a few questions for you. First, I will start to ask you some general information. After that, I have a few questions about your education and spare time. I will close this interview with asking your experiences in The Hague. Let's start with the general questions.
Okay.
What's your age?
I'm 21 years old. 21 years old.
What's your nationality?
I've got the Dutch and the Turkish nationality.
Okay. What's your place of birth?
I was born in Istanbul, which is a place in Turkey, a city in Turkey.
Okay. Do you study?
I do.
Where do you study?
At the Hague University.
What's your current study?
I'm a second year student from European Studies.
How do you experience your study for so far?
I experienced it very positive because I think it's a study for me because I like contact with a lot of people and it's a broad study, so I experienced it very good.
Okay. What do you like the most of your current study?
I do like most of my study to have contact with a lot of exchange students, so students from other countries, so we can talk about their home country and exchange information about cultural stuff.
Okay.
So I can develop myself in cultural aspects.
Okay. Can you tell me more about exchange students?
Exchange students, or those are the students who come from another country. For example, you've got exchange students from Istanbul who come to the Hague University. 6 of them come to the Hague University to study for 6 months, and six students of the Hague University goes to the university in Istanbul for 6 months. So the universities exchange the students for the study program.
Okay. Do you want to continue for your master degree or do you want to start working after your graduation?
I really don't know because it's my second year at the European Studies, and next year I will go on exchange to another country. In my last year, I will have to write my thesis, and then after that I will graduate. So it's 2 years later, and I really can't say something about after my graduation because I do want to work. I have to have a traineeship also, so maybe I will have the opportunity to work at the place where I have my traineeship, but I do want a master degree. I don't know in which study, but I do want that degree, so I can't say something specifics about after my graduation.
How do you spend your time beyond studying?
What do I do in my spare time? It's difficult because it depends on my schedule. Because, for example, if I have exams, I'll spend my weekend. Spend my time beyond studying with studying actually. But in general, I'll go out with my friends to have a drink at a cafe or a restaurant. And then nothing special because I don't like to go to clubs.
Okay. And do you have hobbies?
I did have hobbies like swimming, but I don't have it right now because I have to spend a lot of time for my study, so I can combine those two things.
Okay. And how do you spend your weekend?
Like I told before, it depends on my study schedule. Mostly I prepare my homework or I'll start studying for my exams. But if I have the time, I'll go to a cafe, or I'll go shopping with my friends. So I'll spend most time with my friends and family if I don't have to study.
Okay. Do you think there is enough to do in The Hague?
For me, there's enough to do in The Hague because I don't like going out to clubs, and you have you have you have enough cafes or restaurants in The Hague. So yeah, for me it's enough, but I can imagine that some people from other countries think that it's not enough if you compare it with Rotterdam or Amsterdam, which are bigger cities than The Hague. So it depends on how you look at The Hague. For me, it's enough.
Okay. Do you have much contact with foreign students?
Foreign students, yes. Exchange students are also foreign students. So, for example, for projects, I do have a lot contact with exchange students. I have to help them integrating in the Dutch culture, for example, and a lot of other stuff I have to do with them. So I have a lot of contact with foreign students, and I like it.
Okay. And what do you like the most in The Hague?
What I like the most in The Hague is that all the important buildings are in The Hague, and public transport is very good. So it's not so hard to go to another city. Yeah, the important buildings. Why do I like the important buildings? That's because, for example, the second chamber and all the other stuff, all the other buildings are very relevant for my study, because I specialized in the sector public, which is politics. So I have to know a lot about the second chamber and so on. So it's easy for me to contact those people from, for example, the second chamber. So I do like the most the important buildings.
Okay. Did you ever experience something bad in The Hague?
Actually, I did not experience something bad in The Hague for so far, but yeah, what? But last week on my way home, a strange guy, he was talking to me. I didn't felt comfortable because I'm not used to speak with strangers. I think that was the only bad experience I experienced in The Hague.
Okay. I have really enjoyed our interview, and I want to thank you again for coming. Good luck with your study.
Thank you.